The fundraising program, for me, is the most exciting initiative that Equal Exchange has ever had to engage young people in changing the world. It excites me for two reasons. One, because it provides schools with access to products that are sourced in an environmentally and socially responsible way, so that what is actually sold to raise money for urgent needs for schools, people can feel good about.
So we created the fundraising program in response to parents' desires to have a program that met their values, organic, fairly traded, that benefited the very farmers who grew the products.
We chose the fundraiser because at the time the school was working to sign the Earth Charter, and so when we received the information about the fundraiser, it just made sense that we would choose something that was socially responsible and environmentally sustainable. And besides that, it's products that everyone wants and needs in their daily life. So.
At my daughter's school, the Philbrick, we decided to, for some people they wanted to keep that old fundraiser for wrapping paper, so we decided to do two fundraisers at once this fall, last year. And what we found was, rather than take away sales from the others, we actually doubled our sales, because there had been a whole group of people who didn't want to participate in the old fundraiser, and we were able to get them in to fundraise it and be excited about it by adding the Equal Exchange fundraiser.
The second reason that this excites me is that it provides an opportunity to educate young people as consumers.
It's important for the school because we want to talk about sustainable communities. Here we have a big science program and we're talking about sustainable, how to sustain and take care of the environment. And so if we want to model that in all our actions. And so when we're doing a fundraiser, we can talk about how it's organic, how it's treating people right. Because when you treat farmers well, they're much more likely to take care of the land. And there's, if they feel good about themselves and their land and where they are in their place, they can really, go year after year to take care of their family and the place where they live.
In April of 2008, we traveled to the Dominican Republic with a group of parents and teachers that had participated in the Equal Exchange Fair Trade fundraising program. We visited members of the Conocado Cacao Cooperative, and we used their cacao in the chocolate and cocoa products that are used in the fundraising program. The purpose of the trip was to visit with these farmers and see the impact of fair trade in their communities, especially in the schools, and then connect that work back to the work we do every day in the fundraising program. We definitely saw a lot of positive impacts from fair trade in their communities, and specifically because of their relationship with Equal Exchange. While in the Dominican Republic, we visited the cacao farms, saw how the cacao pods are harvested, and then transported to the processing facilities, sometimes even on horseback. And once at the facility, the cacao beans are fermented and then spend some time on drying beds. And these processes are very strict and advanced to ensure high quality for the products in the fundraising program.
The last day we were there, we visited a family. Well, I guess it was several families that lived in a small area, and one of the farmers gave us a really detailed talk about how wonderful Conocado was for their community. And at the end, he said that whenever we buy his chocolate, he can feel the ties of friendship across the sea, and that just really stuck out, because I don't think in America we don't think of what we eat being so valuable. It's just sort of like we're eating it or whatever. So it was really great to see that for them it is a really big deal that we buy their chocolates.
It's very easy to bring the fundraiser to your school or community group. You just go right online, you can sign up right there, and we'll send you all the information you need to make a decision on whether or not this is a good fit for your school or group. And once you decide on the fundraiser, we'll send you promotional materials and help you plan every step of the way, from the beginning of the sale to ordering and even packaging.
Too often, we don't really think about the consequences of what we buy. We know that as Americans we consume a lot. Frankly, we probably overconsume, but rarely do we think about the impact of the consumer choices we make. And so if we can begin in age-appropriate ways to engage young people in thinking about what they buy, where it comes from, what goes into it, who made it, how are they doing. that is a very powerful approach to changing the United States into a culture of far more responsible consumption in the decades ahead.